Hi.
Hi. Hi, Caitlin. Thank you for coming in today.
No problem.
Did you have any trouble finding the place?
Yeah, I had a little bit of trouble. Like when I got to the top of the stairs, I went the wrong way for the first time, and I ended up in like the wrong office. But they showed me where to go, so it's.
Oh, that's good. Yes,
Yeah.
I know. We keep meaning to put a sign up, but that happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you made it. So just before we begin, I want to go over confidentiality with you.
Okay.
So anything that we talk about in our sessions will remain private between the two of us, with the exception of if I were to suspect there was any risk of harm to you or to someone else, I would be obligated to report that. And if I was court ordered, then I might have to share certain information from our sessions, but I would make sure that you were aware of all that before I reported anything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So why don't you tell me a little bit about why you came in today?
Well, I came in because I'm having a hard time dealing with some bad news that I got over the weekend. I recently found out that my dog Maggie has cancer, and it's pretty bad, and it's going to be quite a lot of money to fix it. Like it's about $5,000, and and I'm currently unemployed because I have a severe anxiety disorder and I can't work. But I'm looking for some options maybe to help with the anxiety, to either get a job, or I do have some members of my family who could maybe help out with the money situation. Like my auntie was a lawyer before, and so she has a lot of money, so I think she could maybe help. But I have a lot of anxiety about talking with her because of our past history. So I'm just hoping to maybe manage my anxiety a little bit around this situation, to maybe be able to look at doing something about it. Just because I'm feeling really stuck right now and I don't know what to do, so I want to be able to move forward, but I'm not really sure how to do that.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like you're having a really difficult time with this diagnosis, and you're kind of looking for a way to cope with it, but also get some tools to kind of find a way moving forward, right? So you're looking to find a way to relieve that financial burden and potentially get some help for your dog.
Yeah.
And you're also looking for ways to improve relationships. Is that?
Yeah, I think it's because I'm having a hard time dealing with the fact that, you know, if I can't sort out this financial situation, that I might not have Maggie anymore, and so that's just really hard to think about. So I want to be able to find a financial solution and hopefully figure all this out and stuff. So it's.
Can you tell me a little bit about your previous employment experience?
Yeah, like I was in customer service for a really long time, so I did work with people a lot. I was like a cashier or whatever, so it wasn't like anything special, but it's kind of a stressful job because you're talking to people all day, and you know, people yell at you, and it's not great, and so that kind of that contributed a lot to like where my mental health is right now. And that's one of the reasons why I'm really scared to go back to work, is because I don't know if I have like the skills to create a good resume, and I'm not really sure what to do. Like I haven't had a job in like 5 years. I've just been on ODSP, so so I'm just really scared about like, you know, putting myself out there again, or like. It's just a lot. It's a lot to deal with right now because I have the job situation and then I have the Maggie situation, and
Okay, so let's talk about employment options for you then. Okay.
Okay.
So what we can do is we can give you some resources in the community to help you to find employment and to work on building up your resume and gaining some new skills that will help you to be employable. But something that is really sticking out is that you're saying that you're finding that your anxiety is getting in the way of your employment, right?
Yeah.
So have you ever considered any solutions or any exercises that might help you with your anxiety?
No, I've never tried anything like that. I just kind of, I just tend to avoid things. Like I'd rather just lie in bed and not deal with anything. So I haven't really tried different ways of dealing with it. Or
Right. So it becomes so overwhelming that you have
Yeah.
trouble getting out of bed sometimes.
yeah, like it's easier to just stay in bed all day and watch Netflix than to deal with the outside world and stuff. So.
Yeah. Things can really get piled up on your plate, right? So it's
Yeah, I think that's why I'm here. Like the way I'm dealing with stuff obviously isn't working anymore. So I'm trying to. Yeah, I don't know. Like.
Well, I think this is really great that you've come in today and that you're starting to reach out and look for some solutions. So what I would recommend when it comes to your anxiety and your struggles to move forward would be adopting some mindfulness exercises that might help you to just calm your mind, especially in stressful moments, like when you're at work and you're having problems with a customer, things like that. And so something that I find really helpful is just doing box breathing.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that?
No, I don't even know what that is.
So all you do is you just take a moment to kind of settle yourself in, and you're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, and hold for 4 seconds. So let's try that together, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so breathing in, hold, out, hold, in, hold, out, hold. Okay, how do you feel after that?
I feel a lot calmer actually. Like like I've noticed that I don't have that ball of anxiety that's in my stomach all the time. Like it feels like like just from breathing for 30 seconds. Like I don't know, like wow, I'm just.
So
It's
sometimes
crazy.
it's really useful for us to just take a moment
Yeah.
when things are really starting to stress us out, whether it be, financial strain or whether it be a problem in the workplace, and just allow ourselves to diffuse, and you feel a lot more rejuvenated.
Yeah, I just never take a minute. Like it's always, it's a weird feeling, like I've never done anything like that before. So, I think maybe that'll be something that I can probably work on a little bit and maybe use in the future. Like if maybe before I go into work, I can just
Right.
breathe a little bit. I don't
That's
know.
great.
Yeah.
Good. Well, yeah, that's just one tool that you can use, and that there are plenty of other exercises that we can talk about and try out. But let's just see how this one goes. Okay. All right. Now let's talk a little bit about your relationship with your aunt.
Yeah. We're just different people. Like she's very goal oriented, and she's very everything has to be a certain way, and she's a little bit controlling sometimes, and that just doesn't really work with my personality. Like I'm very all over the place. Like I just go with what my heart says, and so we kind of have problems sometimes with that because the way that we live is different, and she likes to lecture me on how my life isn't going the right direction, and I should have financial savings and all this stuff and RRSP, and I'm not an adult because whatever. So so I just every time I talk to her, I feel like she's just judging me for the way that I am. So it's hard to just be around her.
What's your communication like with her? Like, would you ever feel comfortable discussing these things?
Like every time I try and discuss things with her, it just sort of, like she can never admit that she's wrong. So like even if I say like, you're making me feel like this, like she won't really like admit that it's anything to do with her. Like she just kind of throws it back to me, like, oh, that's, you know, you're doing this, or like I can't make you feel like that. Like that's your own problem, whatever. So so that's the difficulty I have, is like anytime I try and talk with her, like it just turns into like a lecture, or she like deflects it like onto someone else, like, oh, my friend has this same issue or whatever. Like she never can admit that she's wrong in any way. So yeah, and that's kind of hard because, you know, I want her to acknowledge the way that I feel, but if she can't even admit to herself that she's not perfect, then
yeah, it can put strain on a relationship. It sounds like you're not feeling heard by her, and you're feeling like she's not acknowledging her part in
that's exactly
the challenges
it.
of your relationship, right?
Yeah, like she's not listening to what I'm trying to say to her and what I'm trying to, you know, like she just, it's all about her, right? Like it's never anything wrong with her, it's just always someone else, right? So that's the hard part about it, is because we can never get to like a place of real conversation and really getting down to like what the issues in the relationship are. In like, I don't know, like maybe like I don't know if maybe the way I'm talking to her isn't, like maybe she'll hear me if I present it in a different way. Like I don't know if maybe that's part of the issue.
Right. So what do you think it would take for you guys to get on track with your relationship, and for you to be happy with your relationship with your aunt?
I think maybe it's just like sitting down with her, maybe if someone else was there, like she would be more inclined to hear me. So yeah, I think that might help, because she's a different person when she's with people than when she's with just me. So maybe if we were to have like some sort of mediated conversation, that she might be more inclined to listen.
Okay. And so with your relationship with your aunt, do you find that all of your interactions with her are sort of negative or critical, or do you feel like you have a positive side of that relationship with her?
Yeah, there's times where it's been really positive. Like she paid for us to go on trips together sometimes. Like she can be very generous. And then other times it's kind of my way or the highway. So there's kind of these two sides to her. Like she can be very generous and giving, but then also
Okay. And so you were saying that she would be a potential person to loan you that money to help with your dog Maggie.
Yeah.
But right now you're not feeling very stable in that relationship. You feel a little uncomfortable asking. Is that?
Yeah, she has the money. It's just I don't know if like what right do I have to ask her for that money? You know, I feel like I should maybe be able to look after my own dog, but also like I don't have a lot of other options, because even if I do get a job, like I'm not going to save up the money by the time the vet bill is due. I mean, like I've talked to them about maybe doing like payments for it instead of like paying it all at once, and they're really good about it, so I could probably make payments. Yeah, I mean, I do want to ask her though, because I think that that's kind of one of my best options right now. So I want to.
Right. Okay, so I think that we've covered a lot of really great stuff here today. So we've talked about ways that you can to find the money to help Maggie, right?
Yeah.
So we've discussed your relationship with your aunt and how you're maybe hoping to work on your relationship
Mhm.
there and hopefully get to a place where you do feel comfortable asking
Yeah.
her for financial support. But we've also talked about ways in which you can prepare yourself to enter the workplace again, right? And so I'll make sure that that information is available to you about employment resources. And we've covered one exercise that can help you with your anxiety, and we'll see how that goes this week.
Yeah.
And we can discuss it again next week and see if there's anything else that might help you out. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you so much for everything today.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks. Bye.